okay, you're laying in bed at night, thinking of all the stuff you have to do the next day, wondering, how is this all going to get done? You know, it keeps you up at night. Sometimes you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, you start thinking about it, only to fall asleep, of course, 5 minutes before your alarm clock goes off. I'm Ron Ramsden. I'm a DYB coach, also painting contractor up here in Northern Mass. The reason I say this was me. For years and years and years, my mind was always going, having this list in my head of all the things I had to do. And of course, always forgot about something. But a big change came when I not only just wrote down, but I actually scheduled almost everything I do during the day. You might say, no way, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to write down everything I have to do every day. Why? You got to forget something? Can you fit something in? Why am I going to write down when I'm going to have breakfast? I have breakfast at the same time every day. Well, let me go over this, because the people who write things and schedule things in an actual calendar of what they do every single day get 10 times more things done than you do off a piece of paper or in the back of your head. And this is the reason why. We get distracted. You know, oh, squirrel. And then all of a sudden you're over here. Or maybe you stop into a job site to meet your crew leader, maybe chat with a customer for 10 minutes, and it's 9 o'clock in the morning. You're walking back out to your truck at 10:15 because someone else asked you a question. You started shooting a breeze about the football game on Sunday. You started talking about paint colors. You started doing other things that wasn't the time to do it. But we get sidetracked. We want to please everybody. But if we're actually sticking to a calendar, you'll get 100 more things done. You'll have good night's sleeps, and you'll feel accomplished. You will no longer have that thing as, I got to get this done, because it's scheduled for the next day or for 2 days when it needs to be done. You're not in the back of your head worrying about it, or is it actually going to get it done? So I want to show you a little bit about my old calendar, and then I'll show you about my new calendar, which I scrawled on the back of here. And this is something what my old calendar would look like. I used to get up about 6 o'clock in the morning. My kids are a little older now, so they don't need me, so please bear into mind. 6 o'clock I'd wake up, I'd grab a bite, chat with my wife, have a coffee, pet the dog. 7 o'clock I would be still at the kitchen table, checking my email, checking Facebook, playing around, maybe check my bank accounts, do stuff like that. All of a sudden I'm watching a YouTube video, or 2 or 3 YouTube videos, something like that. So something that's just really wasting time. But I really didn't realize it at the point in time, because this is what I did. So the 8 o'clock, I'd stop by the job site, I'd check one of the crews, have a couple of crews out there, be chatting with them, get out into the truck, whip out my iPad, check some Facebook, comment on a couple postings, maybe post something of a job site, maybe not. Check my emails again, just in case that important email came through. Of course, I was checking my voicemails all the time if I wasn't catching the phone calls as they came in. So all that. Then before you know it, it's getting close to noon. So stop, have lunch somewhere, or come back to the office. If I brought a lunch or whatever it be, whip out the iPad again, or if it's a laptop next to me, I'd be doing that. Run around, maybe squeeze in a couple estimates, maybe write an estimate, maybe I'll do it tomorrow, depending on how important I felt that was. So we'd call the crews again, maybe we'd swing by a job site. I'd go play with the dogs in the backyard with the ball if they were bugging me if I stopped at the house. Of course, if I stopped at the house, I'd flip the TV on, watch some ESPN, see what's happening with the sports. Of course, we'd always be on Facebook again. You had to jump back on Facebook, check emails while I'm there. And then before you know it, it's 6 o'clock at night. My wife's coming home. We're cooking dinner together. And then from there, we are then going to 7 o'clock. If the TV wasn't already on, we'd throw the TV on, start watching some of those silly shows, some of the reality shows, maybe watch ESPN for 2 hours, whatever it may be. As you can see, and then, would stay up till about 10 o'clock, fall asleep on the couch, make my way up to the bed, and it's 11, 12 o'clock at night, and then that starts over the next day. And there was always something left undone. But if you schedule everything, even if you sometimes you have to change things on the fly, and that's very understandable. So I actually mocked up what it is on my BNI day, my networking day, what I do. I've changed my entire life the last couple of years. Wake up time, go to bed time, the whole thing. So 4:15 in the morning, I get out of bed. And that's actually later than my wife, so you can see that. So I wake up at 4:15. I'm at the gym at 4:45. Get some exercising in, anywhere from 45 minutes or so of exercise. Back home at 6, by 6, having breakfast, something very healthy to eat. And then straight over to BNI. And I'm putting 7 to 9 o'clock for BNI, but breakfast doesn't take me that long, and it's a little drive time, so generally I'm there earlier anyway. So then BNI, I get to network with some people. I am full of energy because I've worked out. I feel great. I ate great. And then after BNI, from 9:30 to 10, I usually make it back to the office, or maybe I'll even be in the truck. Give the crew leaders an actual call, although we text now and then. We communicate a lot with text. I like to talk to them if they need to actually explain something, just checking them in, things like that. So, and I have crews that I don't have to be on site. I don't micromanage them. They're great guys. They get paid well to do their job, and they all know how to do their job. So 10 to 11 is a jam session. I love 45 minutes to hour-long jam session. Some people can go up to 90 minutes. That's great. And this is where we tone everything off. My phone notifications get shut off. We're not on Facebook. I might have something specific I have to do. Maybe it's if I didn't write the estimate on the spot, I actually have to write 2 or 3 estimates. When all the other distractions are done, all away, shut off, turned away, it's amazing how much you can get done in an hour. It's totally amazing. So, and then jam sessions might also be posting Facebook, but scheduling out for the next 3 or 4 or 5 days. We do a lot of that. We're not always posting every day. We schedule those out. Once again, we're not always on Facebook. We can't answer all the time on Facebook, but there's a time and a place to do that. 11:15, because we eat early in the morning. 11:15, I'm usually famished. It's time to eat. Once again, try to eat something healthy. During lunch, throw on a regular radio. Don't listen to radio in the truck much. It's usually podcast or an ebook, audio book or something like that. But I love podcasts. So usually during lunch, if I'm eating in the truck, there's a podcast on. So then 1 to 1:30, that's when I generally answer my emails. If it's not part of my jam session, emails and voicemails, my answering on my voicemail it tells you when I'm going to get back to you, so they can expect it. And if they really know who I am, they can send a text, and we'll answer that during the day. And then 2 to 3 is brainstorming and blogs. This isn't every single day. Every single day, this calendar kind of changes a little bit. It's laid out the day before, 2 days before, around other estimates. And this is a non-estimate day, you'll see. So 2 to 3 is brainstorming and blogs, because we all have these great ideas in our heads. But if they stay in our heads, what good are they? So it's nice to get them on a piece of paper. I love to blog. So this is a good time for me to start blogging. It usually takes about 40 minutes to do a blog from start to finish, and post the pictures and tag what needs to be tagged. So, that would be something I did there. Other brainstorming wise, maybe I'm watching YouTube videos to check out something. Last year we thought we were going to go into ice blasting. Checked out some YouTube videos, watched a lot of them, called a lot of people, talked to a lot of people, then actually tried it and realized it wasn't for us. So, and then 3:30 to 4, follow up with customers. Those are promises. Hey, can I call you back at a certain time? Can I call you tomorrow between 3:30 and 4? Or, set time. This is a mocked up calendar, just so you can see what an actual day goes with. Some of you are saying, I don't want my day to be like this. I need some free time. Well, you don't need to stack it this deep. But all I know is I don't no longer wake up in the middle of the night worrying about things about work, because if you have them scheduled, your mind knows that tomorrow I'm doing this. On Wednesday I'm doing this. On Tuesday I'm doing this. Also, any networking events and that are always scheduled in here. So follow up with customers by 4 to 4:30. I play with my dogs. Dogs are like little kids. I have 2 big labs. They love to play ball every single day, and if you don't, they will drive you crazy. So we either go out in the backyard or we go out to the park. We bring the ball. Doesn't matter if it's raining, snowing, sleeting, those dogs still want to go out. So they get about a half hour of my time outside. That's enough for them. 5 o'clock is me time. Just something to do. That's my fill-in. Sometimes I'm running early, sometimes I'm running late, and I need a little buffer time. 5:30 is dinner with my wife. Both get home, cook together most of the time, although she cooks most of the time. I help out and I clean up. So, and then that's dinner with my 6:30 is us time. So for the rest of the evening, if there's no networking event scheduled, it's us time. You know, we have grandkids, we have other things we like to do. That's our time. You know, occasionally something will have to be scheduled in this time. And then 9 o'clock at night is bed. Oh no, 9 o'clock. You like to watch all those shows. Well, I'll tell you what's a big killer of schedules is TV. We cut the cord on TV 2 years ago. We have no TV. We don't watch TV. Occasionally I'll watch a show on a laptop or something like that. But reality TV, reality shows, all that stuff is not going to help your business. Remember, just think of it. They don't care. They're selling you something when you turn on the TV. Some people think it's a downtime, but the problem is watching electronics, watching TV actually affects how you sleep. So, you know, you get to this time, maybe it's time to read a book, maybe it's time to play a board game. I know it might sound weird to some of you. Shut off the TV, shut off the iPad, shut off the laptop, shut off the phone, and actually turn that off. You'll sleep better. But if you start scheduling all these different things, you're going to find your mind is much clearer. You get more done in a day and eventually more successful. And with success is either free time or more money or both. So since I started scheduling this thing, there's no more waking up at 3:30 in the morning unless we're having an earthquake. And we don't have earthquakes around here. So anyways, think about scheduling your next couple days. See how it goes. See how comfortable it is. You're going to find out you're going to forget things to put on the schedule, and you're going to have to write them in. But once you start doing your schedule, it'll get easier and easier and easier. And it's great when you actually have in your calendar at noontime, you're done for the day. So, and one thing on my Fridays at 3 o'clock, my day's all done. I'm all done. We don't work weekends. At least I don't work weekends. So anyways, I'm Ron Ramsden. I'm a DYB coach. If you'd like to get in touch with me with any questions or comments, you can Ron at dybcoach.com. Love to answer them. Love to chat with you. You can also find me on Facebook, as many of you have. I'm a DYB coach, also a painting contractor. I help contractors work on their business so they don't have to work in the business. Have a great day.